It was supposed to be the perfect family vacation. 2 weeks in a cozy cabin by the lake, far from the noise and stress of the city. My wife, Emily, our 8-year-old daughter, Lily, and I had been looking forward to this trip for months. The cabin was everything we'd hoped for: rustic, quiet, and surrounded by nature. But by the end of the first day, something felt off. It started at the grocery store. We'd driven into the nearest town to stock up on supplies, and as we were loading the car, I noticed a couple standing across the parking lot. They were both in their late 50s, dressed in outdated clothes, the man in a brown suit and the woman in a floral dress. They weren't doing anything unusual, just standing there, watching us. I thought it was odd, but I brushed it off. Maybe they were just curious about the new visitors in town. But then we saw them again. At the diner where we had lunch, they were sitting in a booth near the window, staring at us the entire time. Emily noticed it too. "Do you think they're following us?" she whispered. "Don't be silly," I said, though I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. "It's a small town. They're probably just locals." The next day, we went hiking on a trail near the lake. It was a beautiful day, and Lily was thrilled to be exploring the woods. But halfway through the hike, I glanced over my shoulder and saw them, the same couple, standing on the trail about 50 yards behind us. They weren't walking or taking in the scenery. They were just standing there, watching. "Emily," I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "Don't look now, but they're back." She turned anyway, and her face went pale. "What do they want? Why are they following us?" I didn't have an answer. We picked up the pace, trying to put some distance between us and them. But every time I looked back, they were still there, always the same distance behind us, never getting closer, but never falling behind either. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the couple, their blank expressions, their unblinking stares. Emily was just as unsettled. "Maybe we should call the police," she said. "And tell them what?" I replied. "That an old couple is looking at us. They'll think we're paranoid." But the next day, things got worse. We went to the lake to swim, and there they were, sitting on a bench under a tree, watching us. Lily noticed them too. "Mommy, who are those people?" she asked. "I don't know, sweetheart," Emily said, her voice trembling. "Just stay close to us, okay?" By the fourth day, we were all on edge. The couple was everywhere: at the gas station, the ice cream shop, even outside our cabin at night. They never spoke, never approached us, but their presence was constant, oppressive. I tried to confront them once, walking up to them in the town square and demanding to know why they were following us. But they just stared at me, their faces blank, their eyes empty. It was like they weren't even human. That night, we decided to leave. We packed our bags and got in the car, determined to put as much distance between us and that town as possible. But as we drove down the dark, winding road, I saw them in the rearview mirror, their car, an old, rusted sedan, following us. "They're behind us," I said, my hands tightening on the wheel. Emily turned to look. "Just keep driving. Don't stop." I pressed the accelerator, but no matter how fast I went, they stayed right behind us. The road was empty, the trees closing in on either side. And then, out of nowhere, their car sped up, ramming into the back of ours. "What are they doing?" Emily screamed. I lost control of the car, swerving off the road and crashing into a tree. The impact was brutal, the airbags deploying with a deafening bang. For a moment, everything was silent. Then I heard Lily crying in the back seat. "Are you okay?" I asked, turning to check on her. "I'm fine," she whimpered. "But Mommy." I turned to Emily. She was slumped in her seat, her head bleeding. "Emily!" I shouted, shaking her. "Wake up." But she didn't respond. I fumbled for my phone, but it was dead. The car's headlights were still on, illuminating the road ahead. And then I saw them, the couple, walking toward us. I got out of the car, my heart pounding. "Stay here, Lily," I said, though I knew she wouldn't listen. The couple stopped a few feet away, their faces expressionless. "What do you want?" I shouted, my voice breaking. "Why are you doing this?" The man tilted his head, as if considering the question. Then he spoke, his voice cold and emotionless. "You shouldn't have come here." Before I could react, the woman lunged at me, her hands clawing at my face. I stumbled back, trying to fight her off, but she was stronger than she looked. The man grabbed Lily, dragging her out of the car as she screamed. "Let her go!" I shouted, but it was too late. The woman knocked me to the ground, her hands closing around my throat. I struggled, but my vision was fading, the world going dark. When I woke up, I was alone. The car was gone, Emily was gone, Lily was gone. The couple was nowhere to be seen. I stumbled to the road, my body aching, my mind racing. A passing driver found me and called the police, but they never found Emily or Lily. The couple disappeared without a trace. I spent months searching, following every lead, but it was no use. The police said there was no evidence of foul play, no sign of the couple or their car. But I know what I saw. I know what happened. And sometimes, late at night, I think I see them standing at the edge of the woods, watching me, waiting. Because they're not done with me yet. One evening, I received a letter. No return address. Inside was a single photograph. It was of my family. Emily, Lily, and me, sitting by the lake in front of the cabin. But something was wrong. In the shadows behind us, barely visible, were two figures. The couple. I flipped the photo over. There was a message written in shaky, uneven handwriting. "Come back. We're waiting." That night, I dreamed of the cabin. Of Emily and Lily calling for me from inside, their voices distorted, like an old, broken recording. I woke up drenched in sweat, my breath coming in ragged gasps. I know what I have to do. I have to go back. Even if it means I never return.